Well, it is that time again. In our journey to rank every single shiny Pokemon, we have gone all the way from Generation 1 to Generation 4, and now it is time for Generation 5. I'll be honest, this was probably the most difficult one, seeing as Gen 5 has the most Pokemon in any generation. But I decided to stick with it, and hopefully you guys aren't too upset about these ones. I guess you'll probably have to let me know in the comments below whether I'm right or wrong. Before we start real quick, 96% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so if you guys haven't done that, please do so, it'll help me out a lot. But anyways, let's get into it. Starting at the very bottom, we have Simisear. Listen, it just gets a little darker. I wish they would have done more with it. And honestly, most of the lowest ones don't change that much. Next we have Petalil, which the only difference I can really tell is the eye color. Every time I see someone shiny hunt this thing, they have a hard time figuring out which one's the shiny. Leavanny's really disappointing because it could have been a really cool bug type and a lot of people forget about it, and its shiny just kind of sucks. It doesn't really have a lot going for it. Tynamo's another one that barely changes, and it's disappointing because I do really like its evolutions. Next we have Throw, which is another really weird Pokemon, and yeah, its shiny doesn't help it. Next we have Simisage, and I know you guys are gonna think I hate the monkeys after watching this, but like, I don't mind the monkeys. I don't love or hate them, but they're shinies, man. Just like, they don't work. Next we have Darumaka, which does a lot more of a change than some of these other ones, but like, it's pale, it's faded, it does not look good. Next is Dwebble, and it's really disappointing because it could have had the same coloring as Crustle and not been amazing, but at least been pretty good. The next two go together, it's Herdier and Lillipup. I'm not really a fan of either of these. They both basically just get lighter. I know Lillipup's eye color changes, but like, not a lot. Next we have Pansear, which just gets lighter. Again, it doesn't really help it. Same with Pansage, again just gets lighter. These monkeys need better shinies. Next we have Electric, which does change more than just making it lighter or darker, but it's not a great change. Another couple Pokemon that go together, we have Solosis and Duosian. Once again, some more Pokemon that don't change very much. Whoop-de-doo. Beartic just gets darker. Again, it's one of those that you can't really tell changes. Now, I am a little hesitant to put Basculin this high because its shiny really isn't good, but I have an emotional attachment to its shiny. I mean, one of the emotes that I have on Twitch is literally Shiny Basculin, so if you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. It was a journey. Next we have Caracosta, just gets a little bit darker on the shell. Vanillish and Vanillux could have had great shinies if they had matched Vanillite, but they didn't. Scraggy over here just gets darker. Sulk, I will say, doesn't just get darker because it gets a little bit of a purple tint, but again, it's not noticeable enough. Same here with Simipour. I don't hate it, I just kind of wish it changed a little bit more so it could be a little more noticeable. Next, we have the first legendary in our ranking, Tornadus. I wish more changed. There's some really cool ideas they could have gone with, and they just messed it up. I really like Archeops as a Pokemon. It's one of my favorite fossils, but its shiny does not go well with it. Next is our full 3-stage evolution grouping, and that is Gothitelle, Gothorita, and Gothita. Now here's where the shinies start to get not bad, but I wish they had better changes. Next we have Galvantula, which again could have been way better if it just followed the shiny of its pre-evolution. Tranquil's shiny is so random, I don't know where it came from. It doesn't look like either of the other Pokemon in its evolution line. Sawsbuck is next, and even though it has all these different forms, none of them really stick out to me as amazing. Darmanitan's a pretty cool one. It gets a little bit darker and I think it sticks out. It doesn't change as much as I wish it would, but I still think it sticks out pretty well. Frillish is another one that I wish changed more, and it could have done good by following its evolution, but instead its eyes just change colors. Next is Unfezant, which has two forms and I think both pretty much change the same amount. Cobalions next, again it just kind of gets a little darker. Audino goes from a pink to a purple, which I actually kind of like. I really like the aqua color that Panpour picks up. I wish Zekrom had something different. I think it would have been cool if Zekrom and Reshiram switched colors, but at least it changes. It gets a little bit lighter and it's not awful. Landorus gets some lighter colorings, which again I wish changed more. Behemoth and Elgium don't have awful changes. Their eyes and stuff change, but I wish more changed. The only thing really noticeable on Alola Mola's shiny is that it gets the eyeshadow. Pidove is noticeable, it turns into a bluish color, but I think it would have been cool if they like focused more on that blue color. I like how Rufflet turns into more of a brown color. I don't know why, but it fits really well. Timber and Girder are very similar and I think they fit well together, but I think that they could have followed its evolution and gone a little more to perfect that shiny. I know I've been dissing Pokemon because they've just been getting darker in their shinies, but I think that Bouffalant actually fits that. Emolga could have been a lot better if the brown on it stuck out more. Musharna is a really cool Pokemon that I wish changed a little more. I think Munna has a great shiny, so if it had followed that, maybe it could have been up higher on the list. I also wish Reshiram changed a little bit more, but it does get that jewelry, the gold around it, and you can't really disrespect it. Litwick is the next one. It just had a community day in Pokemon Go, and I think its shiny's pretty good. The purple flame to the blue flame fits pretty well. It could have been great though if it turned into a red flame. Venipede's shiny has weird coloring that get kind of gross, but it's not awful. I kind of wish Chinchino stuck to the colors that Minchino has, but again, it doesn't look bad. Swanna doesn't change much. The blue goes to a purple, so I wish it had more to change. For instance, maybe a black swan because that's an actual thing. Lampent is more of an improvement from Litwick, but I still think it would have been better if they all stuck with an orange flame. The only thing that changes on Deerling is the flower, but I still think it's a cute little Pokemon. Crustle is a green shiny that a lot of people hate, but personally I like it. Minchino's got a weird coloring to it, but I think it fits pretty well for what it is. I think Joltik's shiny sticks out really well because it's pretty subtle, but if you see it, it's really good. I don't dislike Stoutland's shiny. I do think it could have some really good improvements, but for what it is, I do like it. Mienshao isn't bad, I just think they could have done more with it. Reuniclus is better than its two pre-evolutions, and I think it changes a lot more than the other two, as well as putting together a nice color. Same with Conkeldurr, it's better than the other two because it adds more of that pinkish color to it, orangish, whatever you want to call it, and I think it makes it look so much better. Samurot's got a great shiny. I love the dark tones to it and the bronzish color. Ooh, it looks great. Blitzel is such a cute little Pokemon, and I love that they put a blue on it that wasn't changing the zebra-esque of it, but I think that it fits really well. Tepig is more of a result of the when in doubt golded out, and I don't think it was a bad idea. I think making Tepig gold was pretty good, but I think its evolutions may have done it better. Volibee and then Mandibuzz both basically do the same thing. They had some really cool purple highlights and then they sunburn the faces of them. I personally think it's a pretty good coloring to it. I really like Purloin's shiny because it kind of adds to the black cat mischievousness to the shiny. I don't know, it just looks really good. While editing this, I realized that I accidentally left out Tortuga, but Tortuga will go right here. I really do like the shiny. It's one of the better shiny fossils. Next up is Patrat, and I know it's not got a whole lot that changes, but its eyes are so freaking good. I love the shiny. Pignite doesn't go with the golded out that Tepig does, but I do really like the purple aspects on it, so I would put it up here. Lilligant's shiny basically just gets lighter, but I do really like how it turns lighter, and I like the color of the flower changing. Larvesta and Volcarona also kind of go with the golded out, but I think they look really good. I also think it fits really well with the fire type. Swadloon's a good shiny. It has like the autumn colors, and I wish people would recognize the Pokemon more. Next we have the mythical Meloetta, and I honestly think that its shiny is really good. I really like Oshawott shiny. I used to not like it for some reason, but it's grown on me a lot. I faced on a Jellicent during my badge quest in Sword and Shield, and I honestly really like this thing. Cryogonal's got a really good shiny, and I kind of wish that the shiny was what the normal Pokemon looked like, and then it had like an even better shiny. Terrakyon's a weird one because not a whole lot changes, but it brings it out enough to be good, but I still think it could have changed more and become better. Durant's not bad, it kind of gets like a brown tint and green eyes, but I think it's pretty good. I know a lot of people hate on Stunfisk as a Pokemon, but I really do like the blue shiny. Cubchoo's shiny is way better than Beartic's. I think there's so much more that changes, and I think it looks good. Snivy and Servine have the same coloring, and I think that they both look pretty good. I kind of wish it changed a little more, but I think the darker green fits really well. Electros is an interesting Pokemon by itself, but I think its shiny adds some good coolness to it. Scrafty is better than its pre-evolution. I like the green that they added, and I think it brings it out a lot more. Kling, Clang, and Kling Clang, I didn't name them, but I do really like their shinies. The bronze coloring on them and the green highlights, they just fit well so good. I think Maractus shiny having the pink on it adds a nice little touch. I liked Blitzel's shiny, But Zebstrika, oh, it's got a really good shiny. I really like Mono's shiny because it turns yellow, and I feel like that's like the best thing you could have done to it. I think a lot of people have gotten sick of Sigilyph's shiny after Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but I don't know why, because it's still a good shiny. Duot's shiny is the best of the 3 in its line. I love the coloring that they put on it, the purple with the bluish green on it. Oh, it just fits together so well. Yamask's shiny is really good because of the gray on the mask, I don't know, and the yellow, oh, it's just really good. Trubbish is a shiny that I recently just got, and man, it feels even better having it. Woobat's got a nice minty color, but I do think its evolution has probably did it better. I like Axew's shiny because of the purple scarf thing that it has. I don't know, it adds a lot more to it. I think without it, it wouldn't be up here. The yellow chosen for Tempo was such a good idea. I could have seen them choosing any other color, but yellow was the way to go. Drillbur and Excadrill are here because of the pinkish red that they have and the blue. They go together really well, and I love the shinies. Kyurem doesn't change too much, but I still really love the shiny. You gotta love Ferrothorn's shiny. I love the steel turning into more of a like bronze color, which happens a lot in this generation, I feel like. And then the red vines, I don't know, it just fits really well together. The mythical Keldeo also does a really good job with its coloring. I like the teal colors added to it. Another mythical Victini also has a really good shiny. I don't know why, but the yellow turning to a white fits really well. Cottony turning orange kind of fits the autumn theme of like a grass type Pokemon, and I really like it. Escavalier has the pink on it that really brings it out, and I actually really like it. The bluish green on the inside that fits Carablast's shiny also sticks out really well. Serperior takes the colors of its pre-evolution shinies and the colors that it already has and meshes them together to create something cool. Dino, Zvilas, and Hydreigon are all really good green shinies that I'm glad not a lot of people hate on because they're amazing. Virizion turns pink, and I'm not really sure why pink fits very well, but I think it does. Oh no, my boy Thundurus is getting ranked here. I do love this shiny. I cannot wait until this hunt is over. For those who don't know, I am at 11,000 encounters for the Roamer hunt for Thundurus. Wish me good luck. Ducklet turns pink and purple, and I kinda wish that Swanna followed this, but I also still stick with the idea that Swanna should turn black. Leopard turns into a maroon color, which you don't see very often on shinies, but I think it fits really well. Golurk and Golett works because it picks up more ghosty, spooky tones to the coloring. Whimsicott is completely different from Cottony, and even though I do prefer a continuity between the shinies, I think this one is really good. Fungus and Amoonguss represent the Pokeball in this generation, and I think a purple is a really good choice. It's not blue to represent the Great Ball, but I think the purple could represent the Master Ball, and it fit really well. Here we have Carablast, and I know Escavalier has Carablast's colors, but they're hidden. I want Carablast to represent them because they're really, really good. Druddigon, we have the green and the orange that go together to make a really cool dragon type and in a unique coloring. Shelmet and Excelgor are really similar, and they both have the yellow and pink on them, and I think that it looks very cool. Vanillite obviously turns pink, and I really wish the evolutions followed suit. Sewaddle is an amazing shiny, and its evolutions missed out so bad because Levani could have had an amazing shiny. Zoroark turning into a purple really fits because of the dark tones of it, and I think that it is very cool. Chandelure is the perfect of the 3 because it turns into an orange coloring. That's what it should turn into. That's the color of fire. Although Ferrothorn had a good shiny, I think Ferroseed is definitely better because it has more of a silver coloring as the metal, and then the blue on it just sticks out really well. The last mythical we have for this ranking is Genesect. I really like the red on Genesect, and I think it was the perfect choice. Crocodile, Sandile, and Krokorok. I think they're all very different from each other while also being really similar. But yeah, I love these shinies, and I really need to hunt them at some point. Seismitoad and Palpitoad basically have the same coloring except one has orange and one has yellow, but they both are really good, and I couldn't decide which one was better, but I think Palpitoad is definitely a little bit better. Swoobat is just a superior shiny to Woobat, and it's just so good. Just adding the little bit of yellow and the brown from the wings just adds so much to the shiny. So Mienshao and Mienfoo basically kind of swap colors, but I think Mienfoo, instead of going for a purple color, goes for more of a blue color, and I think it works even better. Scolipede kind of goes for the poison dart frog route, where instead of keeping the low dark colors for the poisonous, he kind of turns into a lighter vibrant color to kind of warn off. I am beyond disappointed to know that Archeops did not take Arcan's colors because Arcan's shiny is so good. I find it so funny that Garbodor is just like a freaking trash Pokemon. It's literally a bunch of trash, and yet its shiny is just so freaking good. Heatmore is an interesting Pokemon in itself, but I think the darkness that it adds just makes it look so much cooler. Next we have Braviary, which is basically the American Pokemon. I feel like everybody recognizes shiny Braviary as like to represent the USA, because it's an eagle and it's blue or whatever. But I think it just itself is a really good shiny. Pawniard and Bisharp both turn into a blue coloring, and I just love them. Now, here we go, top 10 shiny Pokemon. First, we have Haxorus coming in at number 10. I love the mysterious darkness of Haxorus, and it's just so freaking good. Next, we have Whirlipede, which also keeps the similar thing that Scolipede has, but I really like the purple on it as well, so I think this is higher. One even better than Haxorus, of course, is Fracture, which with the blue on it just adds so much, and it's so pretty. You know, we didn't forget about Zorua, also adding the blue coloring that's also really pretty and a great shiny. I know a bunch of people might be surprised, but I love Watchog's shiny. Don't get me wrong, I know it's a weird Pokemon and it's just like one of those early Pokemon, but its shiny is just so good. Coming in at number 5 is Emboar. Those blue flames do it so much justice. It's just a beautiful Pokemon. And here we go, coming in at number 4, 3, and 2, we have Roggenrola, Boldore, and Gigalith. Such beautiful and amazing shinies. They just missed out on the number 1 shiny, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Here we go, my all-time favorite shiny in Generation 5 is Cofagrigus. I've always really loved shiny Cofagrigus with the pink and the silver on it, and it just fits together really good. Anyways guys, that's my Generation 5 top rankings. I do want to thank you guys for watching and all of the support lately. I know with the hype of Scarlet and Violet just coming out, I've been getting a lot of attention, and I just want to thank you guys for all the support. Again, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so, and comment down below what you think I was right about and what you think I was wrong about, and honestly, just have at it. I will see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye!